Hi friends, how you doing? It's me. First I want to say hi, how you doing? And I want to apologize. I, number one, swore I would never ever be on camera without makeup due to my skin condition, or the part of my condition that affects my skin that turns me red. But I have a 102-degree fever today, so I'm even redder than usual. But I didn't see the point of putting makeup on because it would have just melted right off. I do have my fan, and if need be, I have my little, I'm so hot because I'm hot. Woo! But there was an article released yesterday. Excuse me. And my fan as well. Sorry, my fan. And I was hoping, and I thought maybe we could talk about it a little. I took some notes, and I actually wrote down some quotes. I didn't want to fuck this up. I thought this was pretty important. Now, I did do a poll on Twitter, and that poll out of, makeup review, royal family, something else, royal family discussion, one, ex-royals, it is number one. Excuse me. And I believe we find ourselves on an anniversary of sorts this evening, because if I recall, in 1997 on August 31st, isn't that when we lost Diana? And I know it was 1997 because I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. I was pregnant with my daughter. She's 24. She was born in February, so of 98. So I will forever remember that moment of 97. And I'm so sorry. And I'll tell you, that made this all the more just disgusting to me. Just gross, disgusting. I might have went over typical. I don't know, but people are out of control. They really are in this world. So I thought if it was okay, we could talk about the ex-royals, because one of them did a magazine article, yay, interview, woo! And yeah, wow, did we learn things. We were told we learned that somebody's really crazy, like really badly crazy. We'll get to that. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I'm sick. I'm sick. Okay, so this article was written so syrupy sweet with marshmallow fluff and syrup, like my teeth hurt. It was just sugar and sweet and gross. Now, I want to start with her picture on the cover, because first of all, they forgot a letter in the title. They did. It's called cut. Yeah, they forgot the N. They forgot the N in cunt. So they got to put the N in. And her picture. She's in a black turtleneck with that black smudgy eye makeup she only ever wears. And her hair is pulled back, like probably tighter than, like, I have my braids in today, and I only have these in because I'm sick. Again, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was just, Avid Gardener said it best, scraped back. It was just pulled back, and it reminded me of several people. It did. Firstly, well, it not in order, but I'll tell you. Lastly, it reminded me of Elizabeth Holmes. It did, who was, if you remember, ripping off Steve Jobs' style, so saw a little of him in there. And then I realized we're looking at Meghan Markle. This had to be a Diana copy, just which one? It was found. It was Diana's autobiography, I believe. She is on the cover. Beautiful picture. Beautiful black turtleneck with the beautiful Diana. This bitch tried to recreate that on the anniversary of her passing. And they let it happen. Harry let this happen in my eyes. Just saying. Okay, so it opens up basically from Deal or No Deal to Princess, a fairy tale. Anything but. Ooh, and Meghan opens up with, she's ready to reclaim her voice. She claims, and I quote, "I tried acting like a princess, but just our mere existence infuriated the firm." End quote. she said, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't the full quote. Actually, it upset the firm, and it was sad because other members of the family thought we would do a great job. Now, this is going to come up again, okay? So, yes, she tried acting like a princess, okay? I don't know why. You're not a princess. You weren't even a duchess when you got there, sweetheart. And you're only a duchess because you married into it. You're killing it. You claim you're for women's lib and equal rights, and then you're just shoving your husband's title down our throat. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look. So they upset the apple cart by just their mere existence. They did. They're just powerful, right? So the royal family was like, you're upsetting the apple cart. And we were like, fine. And they're like, okay, bye then. And we were like, oh, you want us to leave? And they were like, yes. And we were like, okay, fine. Like, smell you later. Because that's how she talks, apparently, as it's written. Like a Valley girl. It's really annoying. So, yeah. So that's apparently why they left. They were basically asked to because just their mere existence shook up the whole institution that is the monarchy, that is stood for how many thousands of years now? It's been a couple thousand, right? Yeah, I thought so. Now her voice, she's been practicing getting her voice back, learning to forgive her family and her in-laws. There's that. She mentioned that. I don't know what she has to forgive her family for because they've done nothing but things for her. And his family with the money and the support and the security. And I don't know what more she wants, but she's got to forgive these people because they did something. We missed it. We clearly missed it. And then she goes on to tell us, and I'm going to quote here, the piece I haven't been able to share is our love story, end quote. Why? Why do we need every single minutia of her 16 bathrooms and Mona shit show? We don't care. We don't care about the love story. We don't care about you. Just shut up, please. Please. And I'm here today because I'm downright offended over something you said, people said, and they did not. So, but we're going to get to that. So yeah, she's upset because she hasn't been able to share their love story. And when you see their projects and their content, which you could probably direct me toward because I haven't seen any yet, she wants you to see the love in those projects and content. Okay? Yeah. And then she says to the reporter, kind of nudge, nudge, wink, wink, you want to know a big secret? And the reporter says, yeah, sure. And Meghan says, I'm going back on Instagram. Woo, Instagram. So, yeah. And then it goes into they amassed, 3 million followers with Sussex Royal, which they did outside the confines of. They were asked to be a part of Kensington Royal with Kate, William, and the four of them. They could be Kensington Royal. That wasn't good enough, Meghan and her voice. So, yeah, she intends to. I don't know if it's going to be Tig-like or what. She's coming back to Instagram, so thank God I don't do that. They then compare their fathers together. Oh, yes, I can't miss this quote. She compares their fathers and how they've each lost their father, who's still walking on the earth, who neither one really did anything as far as I recall, anything bad anyway. She's learning to forgive them, and may I quote, it takes a lot more energy not to forgive, but it takes a lot of effort to do so, end quote. Okay, so yeah, there's that. And that is Meghan Markle, right? Okay, so now during this interview, I guess they hop up and Archie is getting out of school, preschool. So she brings the reporter with her and they're chatting along, and Meghan opens, the article comes to, I couldn't do this in Britain, and she said, if I did, there'd be 40 clicks of a camera and paps and the pap pool and the reporters. I couldn't pick up my kid at school if I wanted to. Excuse me. Because like Diana did it, William and Kate do it. I don't think she understands that they're not senior royals. Like, nobody gives a shit. Nobody's gonna bug them. It's cool. You can be there. Go, please. Sorry. So there was that. And she's just, yeah. Oh, excuse me. And there's a quote going with that. So because she opted not to school her children and do this in Great Britain, quote, it makes, I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry, I have a problem with that. That doesn't make me obsessed with privacy. It makes me a strong, good parent protecting my child. Like other people aren't protecting theirs. Because your children, yeah, are the golden whatever that anybody in the world ever, yeah, because I don't know anybody banging down the doors to get, nobody gives a shit. Nobody. Oh, and apparently when she borrowed the home from Tyler Perry, she had never met him. They had never met, but when she married Prince Harry, he took it upon himself to write her a letter. About race and how wonderful this is and everything like that. And we're going to come to another part of this story, but like, I find Meghan Markle to be a racist. I do. I just do, but we'll get to that. So yeah, she couldn't do that in Britain because that means she would be a weak parent that doesn't care about her children. Wow, the logic in that. Now, she did mention something, and I would like to kind of set this up. This was another, I'm going to refute something somebody said, because I distinctly remember when and who said this, because I adore her. It was Princess Anne. And when they left the royals, Princess Anne said something to the effect of, well, you don't come in here and reinvent the wheel. And, she was right, the Princess Royal. I think she's right. So it's amazing that there was a quote in the article out of nowhere that says, as far, and I'm quoting, as far as reinventing the wheel, we weren't allowed to, though several family members thought it'd be such a good idea. They did not. They did not. Oh, you're such a liar. You too, out of thousands of years are just gonna flip that, and because it wasn't great already. How can it not be great? I mean, everything you do mimics Diana. She was a royal. You had her books. You went to London when you were a teenager. You lied about it, said you didn't go there. And then Nanaki Pretty, your friend, came out with the pictures. So you lie a lot. And I want to discuss something that wasn't in the article, but we're not done with the article. Just a little breather. I noticed when she was complaining about her treatment in Africa, or Archie's with the purported fire, that smoke with no smoke detector, all this shit. She said when they arrived, they were all dropped off in a housing unit, and then they were whisked to a performance, and Archie stayed there. Now, the words housing unit stuck out to me as an American, because an American said it. Now, housing unit in America is a term for units of houses that are generally low income. So she was referring to like low income housing, or the projects, units, blocks. They're all the hood, it's all the same. And she knew what she was saying. And I think that mansion, that blue and white mansion, if not a castle, was just beautiful. I don't get it. I don't not only do we have social media, we have photographs and word of mouth, and I don't understand or how or if this woman even cares that she gets caught lying. But I just thought that was so offensive and so cruel toward the South African people. Just forget the lie that it was, because it was September 19th down there. But yeah, a housing unit had a distinct connotation to it, and I don't think that was cool. Now, back to the article. Here we go. This. I'm just repeating what I read. She claims that the British news pools are calling her children the N-word. And I mean the N-word. Not a joke. Not a narcissist. Not nagging. Not everything she is. She says they call them N-words, and I want proof. I want proof. I really do, because how dare you assert that again? You never have any proof. You know, the British people are racist, the royal family's racist, the British news pool's racist. Give me one name. You're not related to the news pool? And then she goes on to say, basically, how the royals generally give their first pictures of a baby to the British news pool. And she said, why would I do that to people that are calling my children the N-word? Do you get it? They're calling my children the N-word, and they get the first photos. I don't even have a say. So I would just like one name. And I think after so many racial allegations, we need a goddamn name, a publication. One of these publications, any author, the journalist that called your child an N-word, I challenge you to give me a name of anybody. Now this, I want to laugh because this is so funny when I'm about to tell you, but I'm so pissed off over that N-word stuff and just the blanket nature of it. It's disgusting. Okay, now I don't know if this part is true or not. Apparently, when they went to see the live action Lion King, she had just had Archie. She was petrified of leaving him. She was so afraid, and I get that. You know, whether you're just postnatal or a new mom, you don't want to leave your child because you're going to do it the best. I understand that totally. But she had to get all glammed and beautified up, because we hate that ever. The jewelry, the clothes, and go to the premiere. And apparently, after the premiere, they got to go backstage and talk to some of the cast members. And one of the cast members said something to her, and it stuck with her. So she wanted to share that with us. Are you ready? Gotta get through this. Okay. This was a cast member after the live action Lion King, or I don't know. This is what she said. He said to her, he hugged her and said, quote, he looked at me and he's just like light. He said, I need you to know, when you married into this family, he points to Harry, we rejoiced in the streets the same we did when Mandela was freed from prison. What? What? Who said that to you? Who was that excited? Do you, Meghan, even know what apartheid is? Why Nelson Mandela was in jail? How long? Anything? Yeah, you have to be a special kind of disgusting to even think like that. That was just, that was too much, I thought. So yeah. Bot Sentinel did come up, and it was mentioned in a very loose, roundabout, that the fact that the hate accounts online far outweigh the like accounts of Ms. Markle. So it seems that a lot more people dislike her than like her, according to online sources, which Bot Sentinel put together. It's a disproportionate amount of hate. And then she mentioned that she wished her dad never leaked the letter she sent to 5 people, right? That he leaked, that she wrote in that calligraphy. Yeah. So if it wasn't for that, they'd be like peanut butter and jelly. That's my quote, not hers. Let me just look at my notes. Oh, this one. This could be. This is another one. I'm sorry, I'm sick. Funniest. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Meghan took Archie to a fellow student's birthday party. I believe she said 1.5 years, but maybe it was 1.5 years ago, because I don't think you'd have a bouncy castle at 18 months. I don't know. So she's in the bouncy castle with Archie, and I guess the parents kind of looking at her, looking around, and Meghan's kind of like, hey, what's up? And finally, the lady says to her, I don't know if I can come in while you're in there. Meghan was insinuating like that royalty or she means something over here. And a parent was afraid to come into a bouncy castle with her. I'm so sorry. That was a bit much. That was much. I know why my best friend Gertie Ruth calls her the muchness. I do now. Gertie's one up on all of us. She called me today, and I said, hello, and she goes, Aunt Maddie, and I said, ooh, I like the way that sounds, and she said, Aunt Maddie, I need all your covering makeup because we have age spots and liver spots and freckles. So Gertie has me gathering all that together for her to send to the muchness to keep her looking good. Now, apparently, she's very good friends with Victoria Jackson. And if you don't know or don't remember, she was very famous in the late 70s, early 80s. She was in Dallas, like a redhead, dark redhead. She dated Andy Gibb for 5 or 6 years. I was very young back. I was under 10 at the time, so I don't quite remember. But she was quite famous at one time. And she's got that whole skincare line and stuff now. She's going to be on the show. Excuse me. And yeah. Oh, and she will be on the show. She's a very close friend of Meghan's, Victoria Jackson. I was disappointed to hear that. The woman has got to be old enough to be her mother. I don't get why they'd be friends, but hey, their business. Now, Meghan has a new catchphrase for her show. She does. It's called Archetypes. Don't believe the type. It is. It really is. And as they continue, they're going to discuss where terms like old maid, bimbo, slut, bitch, and all that come from. And then she talked a little bit about how Pearl, and it really sounded like, she made it sound like Pearl either happened or was gonna happen. So I don't know, because I believe we all heard that was not happening. So that may be up in the air. She made it sound like that. And what Pearl was gonna be a 12-and-a-half-year-old girl that was gonna travel through time and meet different famous women and women empowerment. It's like, there comes a point, yes, a feminist, whatever, we're all equal. Can't we just all be equal? Why do you have to stand in front of your husband? Can't you stand next to him? I don't get it. It just shoves it down my throat and it bothers me. So that was my take on the article. I don't know how you made it, but I'm glad you did. And again, I apologize. I am genuinely sick today. But I couldn't let that article go. I could not. Could anyone? So that's it. Again, the name of the magazine is Cut. They forgot the N, but I think you'll be able to find it anywhere. I found it online. It may be online. They said it'll be free for a short time. So before that paywall gets up, you better get down there and get some of the knowledge that Meghan can give you. Because she has this need to share every iota, every bit of her life, and I don't think anybody cares about anybody else on the planet that much. I really don't think, unless you're married to them or they're your child, normally. But yeah, this woman just, and these stories, the N-word, the British press pool, I'd be so mad. If I was a journalist, I'd be blowing that shit up. I would. So that's it. I'm going to excuse myself because I'm no good to look at today. I hope you are wonderful. I hope you have the correct body temperature. Oh, 102 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry. I don't know what Celsius is. Hot. Forgive me. So when I am feeling better, I will be back with, we can do makeup, royals. If there's something you're interested in, let me know. You know, I can look into it, see what we can do. And that's it. So I wish you all a very happy and good everything. I do. I really do. And I hope I'm feeling better soon so I can see you soon, okay? Y'all be good? Bye.